I am so happy with how this looks for the Rangers. We have a pitcher, Jack Leiter, and he is a dude.
And while I do think his hitting is worse than Derek Jeter, it's not that far off.
You're not mentioning 2006. You can mention the other people, not 2006.
Oh, just because I bought the best soap doesn't mean your room's going to be clean. It just leaves it to where I don't believe that the Canadians had a shot.
I really don't like the Clippers just kind of sending it in when they're like...
Hi, this is Kelly Forbes with the Dallas Stars, and you're listening to Outsiders Opinions with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our NHL Opinions of the Week. I'm Kevin, and I'm joined by the man that has had this discussion. We've had this discussion, not this exact discussion, but this is our second time in the podcast covering a trade of Patrik Laine from a Canadian team to a different team. But he went to, it was early in our years, we covered Winnipeg to Columbus. Now it's Columbus back to Canada, but to Montreal. And the man with the question, Austin.
Yeah. In his 4 seasons with Columbus, he was not what he was with Winnipeg. He did have some good years, but he had 138 points in 174 games. He only played 18 games this past season, only having 9 points. Kevin, he was a star boy, a wonder boy, if you want to call it like that. When he was much younger, he was supposed to be one of the best scorers in the NHL in year in, year out. At 19 years old, Kevin, he scored 44 goals, had 70 points on a Winnipeg team that went to the Western Conference Finals. So at 19, he's helping lead a team to a Western Conference Finals, has 44 goals, and was arguably the best goal scorer in the league that season. Maybe it's really close, but he didn't lead the league in goals, but he was close too. And him doing that at the age that he did it, it was pretty remarkable. I mean, the only guy who had more goals than him that year was Ovechkin. He was second in the league, and it's really been downhill since then. He's had some good years. 2022, he had 56 points in 56 games, 52 points in 55 games in 2023, but he's never really shown what he was in Winnipeg again. Will returning to Canada, returning to a team that is better than Columbus, even if it is close, I guess, right now. I do think, historically speaking, that at least recently, historically speaking, because, I mean, the Canadians have made a cup in the last 3 years, a better situation. Do you think he can return to his former self, or is that lost forever?
It's a tough question, and I remember we were pretty positive about the trade, or I was pretty positive about the trade between the Jackets and the Jets. The Jets got Pierre-Luc Dubois in it. That was a big headliner, and he just seemed like he had off the ice issues. I'm reading about he got into a verbal altercation with the coach and was benched. There was just off the ice issues, and then they were wondering if he could get back. I would say he doesn't, just because you were talking about 40 goal scores is pretty remarkable. And I think he can still be a good player, and I like the trade for Montreal because they're a team that if you could get this guy, what he was, as you were talking about, in his second season, led a team to the conference finals, that would be huge for them. And they're sort of buying low. However, to me, that seems like an unreachable point because he's older now. He's been in the league 8 years. So it's going to be pretty tough for him to return to that form.
I will say he is only 26, and he was, if you guys don't know the trade, he was traded to the Canadians for Jordan Harris, who is a defenseman. I do like the trade. He was in the he sought help last year in the NHL's player assistance program in January, and he made it known that there were mental health issues and other issues that were forcing him to miss time. But he makes it seem like he's going to be back to who he was previous to that, and we'll see. I agree with you in the sense that I don't know if he'll ever reach what he was supposed to be, which is a in and out every year, going to lead the league in goals. But I do think I believe that he will be a quality player because he has been that with Columbus. at times as long as he's on the ice. The question is, will he be on the ice? I sure do hope so, because he is a talented player that just needs the right situation, and Montreal could be that.
Yeah, and Columbus, I'm curious what the was, because I kind of viewed their up and coming team, but they've struggled to kind of get out of that rebuilding phase. So I'm wondering if a change of scenery could help. But we both agree it's not going to be the guy that at 19 scoring 44 goals. But if he can be a prominent goal scorer for Montreal, that'd be huge for them as they're trying to get out of this rebuilding phase.
Yeah, I agree. And they have so many young players on this Montreal team that are really starting to come into their own, that I do think that this kind of fits it. He's only 26. Like I said, that's not necessarily a old player by any means. So I do think that he has the potential to be an impact player and helping these young guys kind of reach their full potential.
Yes, so we'll keep you all updated for that. Let us know if you think he can return to that. Are you a Line believer? And if not, if you're a disbeliever, let us know. But we appreciate you all the comments and thank you for listening to Outsiders Opinions.